Good morning, everybody. This is Sean Copeland, and welcome to another episode of the Purpose-Driven CEO. I am so excited about the feedback and engagement that we are getting. And if any of you have topics that you would like for me to cover, please reach out to me on any social media, or you can email me at scouplen, SKOUPLEN, at regent, REGENT.bank. It is a beautiful fall day here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. It's mid-40s, very crisp, cool. We have about 1 week of fall here in Oklahoma, and it is awesome when we do have it. And today is a big football game with my OSU Cowboys taking on the Texas Longhorns. So if you guys could pray for the Cowboys today, that would be awesome. Today we are going to talk about how core values can change everything. And I want to tell you that the two things that have made the biggest difference in our company's turnaround have been, number one, a management operating system called Traction, and we will talk about that more in future episodes here. But the fact that we also began running the organization according to a set of core values. Now, don't hang up, because many of you are going, oh, I've heard all this before. I'm gonna present a very different way of thinking about core values to you today. And I promise we're going to talk about business core values and personal core values. And I promise this will be a game changer if you'll just kind of follow what we talk about here today. Of course, core values are core principles. They are the things that you will always do. The core values can never be broken in your personal or professional lives, and you are really committing to live by these when you select them. So what I want to do is I want to first of all start out with how to choose them. This is a big one, because what everybody pretty much does is they have the same 5 core values: honesty, integrity, hard work, blah, blah, blah. And they put them on a plaque over in the corner, and the plaque gathers dust, and everybody else forgets about the core values. So what I want to propose is that you and your executive team, if you have one, would list the top 5 employees within your company. Okay, maybe you only have 5 employees, so maybe choose 1 or 2. Exclude yourselves from the discussion and have everybody write down who they think are the best employees in the company or the organization. Once you have done that, I want you to ask them to list the top 5 attributes or characteristics that make them so spectacular. Why did they end up on the top of the list? And I think what you're going to find, and what we found at our bank, is that there was definitely a consistency among these characteristics. And so that led us to choose our core values. And let me just go ahead and tell you what they are right now, and then I'm going to talk to you about how we implement them. Our core values are: bring your A game every day. Everybody's got to be at the top of their game every single day. Be a lifelong learner. Got to be constantly growing and developing as the organization grows. Enjoy the journey. We never want to forget to have fun. It's not about the destination. It's all about the journey. Have a sense of urgency. We've got to feel the client's urgency, both the internal and external clients, at all times. Always be truthful and transparent. No half-truths, no over-promising and under-delivering. Go above and beyond. Always go that extra mile. What is the little thing that we can do to make ourselves different from everybody else? And then our foundational core value is show you care. And this one just means you cannot be a jerk and work at Regent Bank. Everybody cannot fail in this core value. This is our most important core value: show you care. Not just care, but show others that you care in a tangible way. So now that we set those, let me talk with you a little bit about how we integrate those into our company. One is when we hire. So every new hire, we talk to them about our core values. We have a new hire video that I am in talking about the importance of the core values. And we talk about the fact that you have to live these each and every day. If you can't, you probably don't want to come to work for us. Number two, we use them in promotions. So anytime we promote someone, they have to live all of the core values. So if you think about, there's 7 of them, and so you got to be 7 for 7 if you are going to get promoted within Regent Bank. All employees must live at least 5 of them, and one of those have to be show you care. So we're going to say, maybe the person isn't super fun. Maybe the concept of enjoying the journey isn't really their deal, but they live the rest of them. Maybe they're not the best at being a lifelong learner. We need to work with them on continuing to grow and develop, but they live the rest of them. That's okay. Everybody's not going to have them all perfect all the time, but that is certainly your goal. That's what you're trying to do, is get everybody to live them. But for a promotion, they have to live all 7. We cover them in every employee meeting. So each week I have a Tuesday talk with the team, 10-minute huddle, and I cover one core value real quick. And then in our monthly employee meeting, which takes about an hour, we cover them all every single month. And then we give rewards around who really lives these. And so we have what's called a Regent Star Award. It's a quarterly employee of the quarter. And then we have an Employee of the Year, and all of those awards are based upon living the core values as well. Now, I think the key to the whole thing on it from a business perspective is we have a 2 strikes and you're out rule. So if you break a core value, and the most important one, of course, is show you care. So if you lose your cool and scream at somebody or yell or lose your temper, we are going to give you 1 warning. And then if you break that core value again, you are going to get alternate employment at another organization. There is no exception to this. Our executive team literally stacked hands around this and have promised that all employees will get a 2-strike rule, even us. So I think that is critically important when you're thinking about business core values. Now, let me switch over to personal core values, because this is not something we think about as much, but it can also be extremely powerful. So what I want to ask you to do today is think about the 5 people you admire the most. There are no requirements here. It's whoever you admire. Okay, so think about who those individuals are. And the same thing, I want you to write down the 5 attributes about them that make you admire them so much. And those, and you're going to look at those, and of those, you're going to pick 5 to 7, and maybe even fewer. Maybe it's just 3. But you are going to pick the attributes that you think are the most important in the people you admire the most, and those need to be your core values. Those are clearly things that you value. That's why you think so highly of these individuals, and you want to model your life after these individuals. And so utilizing their core values and living by those core values can allow you to do that. Now, there are all kinds of examples of core values. It could be generous, kind, maybe tenacious, high achieving, spiritual, athletic. I mean, there are tons. I'm looking at winning, health, integrity, duty, personal growth, connection, support, compassion, creativity, fun, financial freedom, patriotism, commitment, responsibility, success, prosperity, God, love, empathy, etc. So what you're going to do, what I'm going to propose, is that you put together a set of core values for yourself, and then you are going to use those to create a personal vision statement for you. Who do you want to be? If you think about, what do you want your legacy to be? What do you want your eulogy to say when you are gone? What do you want your epitaph to say when you are gone? And I want to close today by just giving you an example of mine. My personal vision statement, which includes my core values, are I want to show the world that it is possible to be an abiding follower of Jesus Christ, a great father and husband, excuse me, a great father and husband, and a successful business leader all at the same time. So I am wanting to balance being an abiding follower of Jesus, a great father and husband, and a successful business leader all at the same time. Furthermore, I've put, with God's help, I will achieve this lofty goal by abiding with Jesus Christ every minute of every day. My legacy will be one of kindness, generosity, humility, and excellence in everything I do. So that is an example of a personal vision statement that includes, of course, my core values here are kindness, generosity, humility, and excellence in everything I do. So I want to encourage you to utilize business core values. Here's what it does. As we close, let me just kind of cut to the chase here and tell you why I believe it is so important for both business and personal. On the business front, it takes a ton of your management issues off the table, because they all boil down to core value issues. Either the people are living the core values or they are not. They learn the core values, they begin to live by them, and all of a sudden all these little piddly management issues and refereeing and who said what, all of that goes away because they're either living the core values or they're not. In your personal life, the core values will help you to make important decisions. So, perhaps family first is one of your core values, and you get a big job offer to go somewhere else, but you're going to be traveling all the time and away from your family. Well, is that family first? That's a decision that you are going to have to make. So it will allow you to kind of keep guardrails around your life and make decisions based upon the values that you have already stated are the most important to you. So I hope you've enjoyed today's episode of how core values really can change the game for you. And we look forward to seeing you next week. Every Saturday morning, we will release new content no later than noon. So I hope that you share this with your friends and log on with us each week to see what we have to share. Thank you so much, and have a great day.